Earlier this year, I had the Viofo A119 Pro dash cam in my work vehicle. I left the company and the dash cam went with it, and I really liked it. It was a great experience, so I was impressed with Viofo. Well, fast forward to today, I have not had a dash cam put into my newer car, which is a 2024 Kia Sportage, and really enjoy it. And I here have the Viofo A119 version 3, the Quad HD Plus. This was sent to me along with a 128 gigabyte memory. And so I look forward to sharing with you video footage. And initially I'm gonna share with you what is included. I'll set it up in my Sportage and then put together footage over the course of about the next week or so. Interesting enough, why it's so important to have a dash cam. The day after I gave up my company car, I'm driving back from an appointment and I got hit, and I got hit from behind. So clearly I was not at fault. It was actually on the side of my car. But just to have peace of mind, should you get into an accident, having a dash cam is so important, and one that is reliable. And so Viofo again was a good experience on the A229, but we'll see how this A119 does. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. And if you want to check it out, I'll share my referral link in the description as well as in the comment section, so you can see what other people have to say about it. Check any of the promotions, and of course order it if this would be for you and if it fits your budget, because it's going to be more of a budget friendly pricing. And this is great timing for the holidays to get this as a gift, especially if you know somebody who does a lot of driving, or you yourself do a lot of driving. Do yourself a favor, invest in a dash cam. So let's go ahead and see what is included. All right, wow, this is small. My goodness, look how small that is. How awesome is that? I mean, the A229 Pro was a good bit bigger than I remember, so this is nice and small. You got the GPS module, so we'll get this popped right there, and then I could adjust the camera. So there you go. So that is the front. Wow, that is really small. All right, now let's see what else is included here. We got the manual, protected by Viofo dash cam, and this would probably especially make sense if you are going to be able to have it wired, so it's on all the time and you hardwire it to your car. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably just going to put it into the DC connector. Then here we've got these for the windows, the static film, and then we have underneath here we've got a couple other brackets there for the non-GPS. We got a small cable. We got some other brackets. And then we have the power cable. Now, I thought this did have a rear camera, but this one does not. Probably had forgotten that it does not, but this has the cable. And again, the front. Usually if you're gonna get hit from behind, it's gonna be the other person's fault, but certainly having something up front is the way to go, especially if you're going to use the parking feature. So just be aware about that. And then in here, we got some other stickers as well. These are foam, I guess, for vibration, from what I understand. And then here's another 3M. So that is everything that is included. Again, I got the 128 gigabyte Viofo memory card, which you may want to get if you're going to get the memory card there. So again, I'll put a link to all this, and again, the power cord. And this, what I usually do, and it's very easy to do, and you've got here for tucking into the mold, just tuck it around the mold underneath, and I'll show that to you once I got this set up. But there we go, we got the power cable, the DC connector, and then the long cord, and looking forward to having a dash cam again in my car. All right, so there you go. This is everything that is included, and this does have 2 ports for Type A for the USB Type A, so you can have another device there. So in regards to installation, I decided to put it on the driver's side because I want access to the dash cam. Pressing the menu button allows me to take a photo, so if something happens and I want to take a quick screenshot, I can do that. And now it's saved and I can access that later on. And then I ran the wire all the way down the mold underneath my steering wheel area, and then I plugged it in right here and it works perfectly. Everything is nice and clean. And then I've got that static film there as well. Also, what's nice is it's easy to remove it. So it's with the GPS connector, so you could just pull that back and now it's disconnected. When you want to just turn it back on, when you're back in a car, you can just plug that right back into the GPS connector. It takes a few seconds for it to come back on and then you're good to go, but it's great. And then you now have the dash cam. Now you can see it's back on within a few seconds. So this is my setup and why I went with on the driver's side. Well, it's been a couple weeks of using the dash cam and I realized when I was setting it up, one, there is no Wi-Fi in this unit, so it doesn't work with the app and there's no voice command. So do be aware, this is a budget-friendly dash cam. Some people in the comments that I read like the fact it doesn't have Wi-Fi, maybe less issues, so be aware of that. But it's nice and small and tons of menu options. I'll show you that. And it, I think it does deliver a nice little bit for video footage and photos for the money. And if you don't want to break the bank, this is a good way to go in keeping it simple. You still can, access the screen for the video footage and photos. If you need to, you can always hold your camera from your phone up to the screen to, record that until you get back to a computer. But if you can manage without that, then this may be a good way to go and you'll see the video footage. Now you can also access the dash cam as a drive on your computer with the cable if you don't want to take the memory card out, which I do. The other thing that you could do as well, if you do want to change some of the menu options, if you have trouble seeing, you could pull the dash cam off your windshield, plug this cable in, and then you would have the ability to just have it easier to see. I found it was a little bit of struggle to see when it was on my windshield. Maybe it's my aging in my eyes, but to be aware of that. The other thing I would also get is the polarizing lens filter. And this is perfect to put on for helping with the glare. And it does, I think, work better during the day where you're still getting good video footage and photos than at night. So I think the night footage is decent, but not nearly as good as during the day. And then you could just easily take that off, but it might crack if you take it on and off often, but just keep that on there and you can play with that. You've got all your functions here. I'll show you that in a minute. Again, you can use the GPS module or you can use this piece here and that snaps in and then you can just pull it right off your windshield and then store it away when you're not using it. And then also for accessing the files when you get back to your computer. Let me go ahead and plug it in, show you the menu options, show you the video footage, and we'll be good to go there. So you got your power source there. Takes a few seconds for it to come on. I am using this power station as well, and it's great. It does have a traditional plug as well, which is great. So you could see the recording button is on. Now hopefully this will record clearly because the screen is so small, but we'll go ahead and get that, especially the menus. Sometimes it doesn't pick it up so well. It's hard to with the display, but let's see what happens here. Now, first of all, it will start recording right away when it comes on. That is your microphone. Make sure to turn that on. If you press that, that will turn it off, turn it on. When it's not recording, the record button is going to flash. Now, to access your files, this middle button here, that is where you can access your video files and you can play those. So if you want to play that, now you can lock those. So that is how you access the video and the photos. You can do the same thing there. Now, if you are, let's say you're driving and now you're recording. So if you want to easily capture a photo, you can just press menu. You could see the camera icon came on, and then there you go. It just recorded a photo. If you have, and it does have the ability where it may detect something happening, but if you press the middle button, it's going to capture that and automatically lock that footage. And that's why I like to put it on the driver's side, so you can easily access that if you need to. And there you go, you got your other options there. You can also add GPS information, you can turn that on or off, and that's where that GPS module comes into play. By the way, this does record in 2.5K, 60 frames per second. It does have the Sony STARVIS IMX335. It has 140-degree wide angle, so nice wide angle. You got the time-lapse parking mode, motion detection, and more. So let me go ahead and show you now the different menu options. So here we got the resolution. I go with the highest setting there, and you can easily adjust that, which I went with the 1440, 30 frames per second. And then I have the bit rate, which is, I keep that on high. I have the loop recording, so I set mine to 1 minute, and I think that's a great way to go, because if you need to access the file, then you can easily just find that one where you know about what time that is versus going with a longer time. You've got video format if you want to change that. You have exposure, so you can adjust the exposure. HDR, you turn that on or off. You got privacy mode as well. I'm not sure what the privacy mode is, but you got that. You got driving safety, stop and go, or driver fatigue alarm, which is that's an interesting feature. You have enter parking mode timer, so that will adjust there if you're going to use those features. You got parking recording timer, parking G sensor for sensitivity. You've got parking mode detection there, low, medium, high. Time-lapse recording. The time-lapse recording is really cool. So if you're going on a long trip, you want to record, the suggestion setting that I found is the 200 ms. And so that was pretty cool, where I did a time-lapse both during the day and at night. So that is pretty neat there. And then you have motion detection as well. GPS, you could put that on. So once you put that into the GPS module, then that will turn on. You could, again, turn that off if you want. You've got speed unit, so miles per hour. This does not have the ability for AM, PM. It's just military time on this, by the way. You got G sensor, low, medium, and high. Date stamp, keep that on. GPS info stamp. You have all info, speed, coordinates, so you can adjust that. You have camera model stamp. I'm not sure what that is. You've got record audio, turn that on. Screensaver, you can use that. Boot delay, I'm not sure what boot delay is. LED, you got date and time, so you can adjust how you want that to show up. You got your time zone, make sure to change that. Your language, there's multiple languages there. And you got the beep sounds, which I turned off. I found that was really annoying, so I turned that off. You got frequency, 50 hertz, 60 hertz. Have that on 50. Image rotation, so you can adjust that. You got image mirror, format, so you got other information is there. So you can see there is a ton of menu options there. So that covers that. Now I want to share with you video footage, and if you have any questions on the dash cam, please let me know. I'll put a link to it as well as the lens filter, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate the company sending this to me, and we'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video footage. Driving down the road, want to see how my voice picks up with this Viofo dash cam. beautiful sunny day, and this will give you an idea of the clarity driving during the day using the Viofo dash cam. Okay, doing the test with the Viofo dash cam at night, so you could hear my voice and also see me driving down a road with other cars and how well it picks up everything around me, including license plates as we get closer to the other vehicles. And I am coming here to the red light, and again, this will also give you an idea how well it picks up the voice.